Hello, I'm here to talk to you about Main Idea. So I just want to go right here. Can you see the classroom? Pretend I'm right here. I'm a little dark, okay? But you can see the smartboard. That's the most important thing. So I hope you're at home learning. I miss you. And I want to talk to you today a little bit about Main Idea. This whole week, we're going to be practicing Main Idea. This is a review skill for us. So today I'm just going to walk you through our anchor chart and we're going to review what is a main idea and what are supporting details. So hopefully in your head, you are thinking the main idea is what the text is mostly about. Remember, text is anything that we read. It can be an article, a story, a book, a recipe. The main idea is what the text is mostly about. Let's think of it like a pizza. I like pizza. I hope you like pizza. Hey, and so if we have this picture, if this is our text right here, our main idea is I have a pizza. I have pizza. That's what this text is mostly about. Remember, supporting details are smaller pieces of information that give more information about the main idea. So our toppings can be our supporting details. So here are tomatoes. My detail could be, I love extra tomatoes on top of my pizza. Okay? Mushrooms might be a detail. I could say, I love the crunch that mushrooms add to my pizza. Okay? Here are green peppers. Okay? I could say, green peppers add so much flavor to my already delicious pizza. I gave more information about my pizza. So I have a pizza as my main idea. And then each of these toppings gave me more information about that. So they are my supporting details. I see another detail on here that I did not include, black olives. Those are my very favorite. I could say, black olives make my pizza even more delicious than it already is. Okay, so what kind of toppings do you like on your pizza? Maybe you only like cheese. You could say cheese pizza is the best pizza ever. That gives more information about your main idea, which is I have a pizza. Let's keep going. How do we find the main idea in a text? I have 5 questions, 5 strategies I want you to work through. And these are things you can ask yourself to find the main idea of a passage. Number 1, ask, what is the text mostly about? Number 2, look at the title and the headings. Headings are little short titles that might be throughout the article. Okay. Number 3, look at the pictures if there are some. Just like our pizza picture, this definitely helps you find the main idea. Number 4, look closely at the first and the last sentences. Sometimes they repeat each other and they state the main idea. And then number 5, look for repeated words. Words that are said over and over. If they say that word a lot, we can definitely use that word to help us find the main idea. Let's do a little practice. Okay, so I have 3 details under these blue bars right here, and I'm going to read those details. I want you to read them in your head as I'm reading them out loud, and then together we're going to see if we can come up with the main idea. So let's look here. Here we have, on weekends, I visit the public library. There's another detail. I am part of a book club at school. Interesting. I'm starting to see a theme here. And number 3, I have a reading light by my bed. Well, I just want to go through these, and I am going to underline a few words that stick out to me that seem like the idea is repeated. Library has to do with books, so I feel like that's a similar idea. And then reading light also has to do with books and library. So I can see reading in all 3 of those details. So what could a main idea here be? Hopefully you have reading kind of as your topic, the one word that this is mostly about. And then we want to stretch that out into a complete sentence. So all of these three things support that I love to read. Let's see what our main idea is. Just that. I love to read. So then we would go back through and we would make sure each of these details gives more information about our main idea. So our main idea, I love to read. Let's go back up here. On weekends, I visit the public library. That gives me information about where I read or where I get books. So that's a supporting detail. Number 2, I am part of a book club at school. That again shows where I read and how I participate with others in my reading. So it gives me more information about I love to read. And number 3, I have a reading light by my bed. Again, this gives information about where I read, when I read. So I read at night. All 3 of these things give us more information about our main idea. So that makes them supporting details. Okay. Here's a little passage we're going to work through, okay? In this one, we have the main idea stated in this passage. Sometimes the main idea can be found right inside the passage. Sometimes we have to infer the main idea. Today, I'm going to read through this one, and we're going to see if we can find where is the main idea stated in this passage, and we're going to underline it in red, and then we'll look for a few supporting details and underline them in blue. Hurricanes. Follow along with me as I read. Hurricanes are large, intense storms. They begin over the ocean, where they gather heat and energy from the water. Hurricanes move slowly toward land, usually moving 10 to 20 miles per hour for more than 1 week. The most dangerous part of the hurricane is the storm surge, when it reaches land and causes flooding. Wind and waves also contribute to the damage caused by these surges. Hey, so we're going to look and see what is this mostly about. Remember, the title can also help us. So the title is Hurricanes, and I see that word hurricanes a couple of times. So I'm just going to underline that before I get to my main idea. This helps me out. Okay, so I know that my topic here, my one word is hurricanes, but remember a main idea needs to be a complete sentence. So I think that my main idea is right up here at the top. Hurricanes are large, intense storms. I'm going to go ahead and underline that. So that would mean that this passage is mostly about hurricanes are large, intense storms. And I think that it is. Now we're going to support that with evidence from the story. So we want to look in here and find smaller pieces of information that tell us more about the main idea. Those are called, hopefully you're thinking, supporting details, and we're going to underline those in blue. So let's find at least 2 supporting details, okay? We want it to give more information about hurricanes are large, intense storms. Okay, so right here, I see that hurricanes begin over the ocean, where they gather heat and energy. The ocean is very large. That points to it being a large storm. Okay, they gather heat and energy from the water. That shows that it's going to be intense. So this sentence can be a supporting detail. They begin over the ocean, where they gather heat and energy from the water. This gives me more information about hurricanes being large, intense storms. Okay, another one I see here is wind and waves. That supports storm, it being a storm, okay? Also contribute to the damage caused by these surges. Damage shows that it's large and intense storms. So this sentence also gives me more information about my main idea, okay? Did you find any other supporting details? Yes. These sentences in here, each of them in this passage gives us more information about the main idea. So we have more supporting details in here as well. Hopefully you are with me. If not, you can always email me. We can make plans to talk and go through this so you can understand main idea. you are going to practice this later in the week, but even today, I want you to practice as you're reading your Dear Time book. So you have 20 minutes of reading today that you need to do on your checklist. And as you're reading your book, I want you to pay attention to main idea and supporting details. Okay? After you complete your summary of what you read today, that's in your bundle. You're going to write a summary about what you're reading in your Dear Time book. So after you do that, I want you to put a star next to the main idea in your summary. What sentence in your summary tells what your summary is mostly about? That would be your main idea, and you're just going to put a star right there. So main idea, supporting details. I'll have another video for you tomorrow that just helps us practice a little bit more. See you later.